Renee is in Dodoa. Shem mixing Yaboa, Bros Barbecue. Charles Inkum is in Kaswa. Gershon Awudi is in Achimota. Malik is already tuned in. K Fresh. NS Pra, Senior Oprega. Joseph Kwashi from Westlands. Samuel Hustin in Germany. Stephen Ejapon in Tinkong. Joseph Ajiman in Community 9, Tema. Anna Awiti, I'm with you too, sister. And the legend Amachidede is tuned in. Kwame Danso is in Ashiaman. Good evening to you, Odote, Ni Odote. Eugenia Sinti Medi. Ever faithful, ever sure. Kofi Edu Kisi Edu. All the way in Guinea-Bissau. Dr. Mubarak Ahmed, Research Fellow from Nottingham, UK. What a wonderful Akwasidai we had in the Republic. Oh, thanks to Ohinire. Absolutely mind-blowing Akwasidai. Dr. Jonas Ladimi. All the way in Winneba. Samuel Nikwejani Oyarifa Anna Ekia Mwabwati na Bulekuma Central. Ekia Mwabwati says special birthday to Doreen Yami Entry aka my DNA nurse at Ahafwano Municipal Hospital from your sweetheart Nana Miracle and Anekia Mwabwati Blekuma Central. Malik says happy birthday to Vera Etuafo. All the way in Canada, ever faithful, ever sure, Yogi and family. Papa and Signs in Latte Kuyapem, KO is in Dansuma. Godson from Ablekuma reporting live. Bodia is in La. Good evening. Esther Yoku, I see you. Definitely Rita Yoku's in the maze. Lawyer Martin Pebu. There are some legal implements in this show, so stay tuned. But as you know, we start the way we start. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Well, folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Well, hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansakwa, the fourth chief of the very little republic of Akwemu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. Too many of us, Monday evenings can't just come quick enough. When you're dreading the Sunday night and you're just dreading Monday, but when it gets into Monday, something good is going to happen on Monday. So by now you're driving home, radio is on, the earpiece is in there, and you're just about to listen to your story. I mean, right after the news, you get a Lumba song, and then after Lumba songs, we get our roll call. Then Konti Hine's AC comes on, and then you just know that playtime is over. The all-important ritual on radio is just about to begin. To some of you, you wish this would happen probably 3 times in a week, at least twice in a week. But hey, half a loaf is better than that. A ritual, I call that my opinion. It's only on Joy 99.7 FM. And so let us all gather and make truth good. That's exactly what we are going to do. Folks, many are educated, but few are hired. Part 2. Many are educated, but few are hired. Part 2. Folks, last week's show generated a lot of interest. Even after the show, I kept getting calls So after I thought it only fair that we probe further into this issue of unemployment, as it is not a joke matter. In fact, looking at it, we could probably do a whole month of just this topic, looking at all the angles of how it is that we can solve this unemployment record. Yes, unemployment is all over the world, but we don't have as much excuse as other countries have. You see, unemployment has become an issue all over the world, but the reasons for which they are unemployed, I don't think we have the same issues here. So ours is a little bit peculiar. We don't have the same reasons and the same excuses. Folks, we are in a crisis. No matter how we polish the language, we are heading towards a disaster. Unless we harness the young energies, the too many young energies, and channel them in the right direction, it's just going to spell doom one day. I mean, it's not going to go like this forever. And any, body with the heart in the right place knows this. Last week I said that, folks, states should lead. With regard to unemployment, the state should lead by creating the industry, and we will follow. We will follow where the opportunity is. I mean, there were a few who didn't quite get me. Oh, no, I disagree with you and everything, but, that's the beauty of the show. So today I'll try and break it down, explain further, and let's see how it works. Folks, we will have to start with some level of social intervention. If you live in a country where the economy is not so strong, where there are not so many rich people, where all individuals are rich in the nation, the state should sort of take some sort of control, some direction. Obviously, with policy backed by law. We must understand that we are a sovereign nation. We must be a bit selfish and have a lot of pride. We must be a bit selfish and have a lot of pride. Last week I said every nation trying to develop will pick some low-hanging fruits which will inure to their benefit. The sectors which they come flying. They know that within these sectors we definitely have an opportunity in this sector. And so you build on those sectors and you move on it. And the first vision and mission is that at the end, the product and services that come out should be world class. Because the world has now become what you call a global village. And so you cannot compete local anymore. You can't, prepare something anyhow and think that I'm selling it local. No, because it's a global village, they will skip yours and go and buy one made in China. So the highest standards with no compromise is the name of the game. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the highest standards with no compromise to whichever service or product you're bringing out, there's no compromise. Folks, in Ghana, when you talk about job creation, agric comes to mind, and rightfully so. And it's always, agriculture, and, plants plant food, and, they're doing planting for food and jobs, and rightfully so. Nobody will take that away from them. But folks, have we thought of the cotton, textile, and garment industry? The cotton, textile, and garment industry. First of all, let me ask those of you listening, who went to work naked today? Show by hands. If I was in class, I would say, show by hands. Who went to work naked today? Show by hands. Folks, everyone, either filthy, rich, or destitute, poor, will put on a garment. Where are these garments coming from? Yes, the local industry is holding up, but nowhere near what we import. And of course, the import is led by the used clothing. Bend down boutique or Brody Wewu are flooding the market. Yet, folks, the savannah and the regions up north have millions and millions of hectares of land lying fallow, and the conditions are just ripe for cotton farming. Cotton is also the prime product to start this industry. It's like, you go to the lottery and the man gives you the number and says, too sure. Banker, there's the land, is empty. There's the conditions just ripe to plant the cotton, which is needed to start the industry. Now, I know the lands belong to skins and families, but folks, there is nothing that the regular allowance and monies here and there can solve. Hinibia, if you want to go to a Hine and say, I've taken this land and every month or every year, this is the allowance I'll give you, trust me, you will get many of lands. Take the lands, prepare it, get the seedlings, get the backup, the extension officers, and lease the lands to the youth. Folks, for a 3-acre land, one can harvest about 15 bales of cotton with modern technology. About 15 bales of cotton within 6 months. Now, if you sell a bale for approximately 2,016 Ghana cedis, multiply that by 15 bales, and that's about 30,240 Ghana cedis within 6 months. Folks, as we speak, there are young girls in buses who have saved and saved and saved just to buy a bus ticket coming down from the north, hoping to become a head porter. She will earn in a year about 11,000, that's gross. And that's by the time she's paid to use the bathroom, by the time she's paid to use the loo, buy some feeding, there isn't much left. And if she's lucky, she won't get raped. However, folks, if this same girl knew of a program where she could have a parcel of land, cultivate cotton, the government or the cotton marketing board will turn up and buy her product with no hassle, compared to making 11,000 in a year, than being her own boss and making up to about 60,000 in a year, could be very attractive, folks. It could be very, very attractive. Yes, some charges will be deducted for land use, for products, for seedlings, taxes. So she could still walk away with, 50,000 a year. And that's about 4,000 cedis a month. It's a respectable age. It's a respectable wage. It's a respectable wage. Knowing that at the end, when I finish cultivating, it will be bought off me. Folks, currently, there are about 15 million pieces of used clothing that come into Ghana every week. 15 million a week pieces of clothing. That's about 60 containers a week. And each container costs about $95,000. Yes, per container. The sad part is that, it's a trial basis. You get what you get, good or bad, that's your lot. You open it. If the garment is good, you get it. If it's bad, what loss? Folks, on the other side, you have GTP, you have Akosombo, you have Japan Textile. They are all there to produce more. But where are the materials? They get what they can get from Ghana, import the rest. And get what? We use it all. But the good part is that, folks, we have started this industry before. So it's not like we are completely new or novice to it. No, there are many experts out there. And not only are they experts, but they are very passionate. Once you get passion, you know you are heading for success. So they are experts with a lot of passion in the industry. You speak to the boys at GTP. The passion is there. They see the opportunity. They know what could happen. But they are waiting for the leadership. Folks, just think about it. A bale of cotton can make about 215 pairs of jeans. Or you can make about 1,200 shirts. Or you can make about 250 bed sheets. Or you can make about 400 polo shirts because they're a bit thicker. Or 3,000 diapers, baby diapers. So just imagine with a population of 30 million who are not walking around naked. How many bales do we need to satisfy just our basic needs? I'm not even talking about curtains. I'm not even talking about fabrics to cover furniture. No, this is just to wear and go and come. How many bales do we need? 30 million of us. Folks, these days, a very interesting thing. The women, they wear a dress twice to church, and they deem, I heard that it's old. They wear 2 times to church. That's it. They're not going to wear it again. Some even just take a picture of it, post it on social media, and then that's it. We're not wearing it again. So the demand is there, and it's high. At all levels, from cheap fabrics, medium fabrics, super expensive fabrics, the demand is there and ready. Folks, the textile sector, once upon a time, they had about 30,000 workforce. 30,000 workforce. And at the time, the population wasn't even 30 million. So you ask yourself, now that we are 30 million and growing, they only have a workforce of about 3,000. The population has grown. And we own more clothing per person now than ever before. So work the math. The textile sector will have to triple in size and do 3 shifts, 24 hours, just so that we don't walk around naked. But after the textile factories have produced all the different sort of materials that they have to produce, those who are printed, those that are plain, the jeans, the thick ones for the polo shirts, the light one for just the V-neck shirt. I mean, the woolen one for the socks. I mean, after they have produced all that, GTP New Style, GDP Adepa, ATL Designs, we have to now make garments out of them. Not my producer, you just want to buy and look at it. We have to make garments out of them. We have to make towels, bed sheets, socks, panties, brassiers, vests, which means we have to have designers, dressmakers. Now, on that scale, folks, you can't have that bespoke market that we have now, where you just walk into a tailor shop, get measures, and come back later for your item. No, you can't have that system running as we're doing now. Proper clothing shops will be set up. Dressmakers will now have to sew in bulk, overnight, 2 shifts, sewing in bulks. So you go to the shop and then you pick whatever it is you want to buy. Folks, standards must be strict and adhered to so that the sizes don't differ. I buy large shirt in Tamale, if I go to Takrady, it should be the same measurements. But it doesn't end there, because you need machines to sew these items. Again, it doesn't end there. Guys who will maintain the machines, factories to build the machines. Folks, it will mop up a very large number of unemployed people. It will mop up so many people, we may have to even import some labor from the neighboring countries. And they will make very good money. Folks, I forgot. I mean, we now need people to make zips and buttons. Once you start an industry like that, you now need people to make zips and buttons. So there will be zips and button industry also growing. Because once you get the shirt, you need to stick some buttons on it. Folks, that's how industries are set up. Not just by buying 100 Singer sewing machines, you give them out to some, people, get a photo opportunity and say you are starting an industry or you are creating jobs. No. But yes, it will be difficult, because the big countries will not be happy if you just stop importing their used clothes. No. So we just have to put some frustrations in the way. That's where Martin Pebu comes in, as to whether it will be legal or not. But hey, we're a country. We put frustrations in the way. All used items will have to be shipped to FDA yard somewhere in Kintampo. They will check to make sure it's safe. If they say it's safe, you have to ship it somewhere to Techimai. Get Zoom Lion to disinfect it with some strong disinfectant that's very difficult to clear. We will have no choice but to buy made in Ghana. We will brand it well. We will position it well. We shall look down on people who don't patronize made in Ghana, as though they were traitors. But in the meantime, folks, you need to send people. Whilst the cotton growers are growing, as soon as it starts, you need to send people to countries who have expertise in all these areas and train them in all the areas. How is it that, there are people in Ghana here who are sewing for the U.S. Army? There are people in Ghana here sewing for department shops in Ghana, in America, which means they are doing it to a certain standards. Why can't they do it for us? And so that's how you send people out to get training, and then they bring that technology here. Made in Ghana will be the official wear. Any workplace, be it private or state, it's made in Ghana. Make it law. I don't know how we can, but come on, we're a sovereign nation. We can decide to make it law. Today the MPs are saying it's law. You can't stop them. So why can't we just say, well, if you can't stop an MP, you can't wear any foreign clothing to work, any work. These are the policies that, starts up industries. Until we get so used to it that even when the policy dies, we don't want to go and buy anything. Once upon a time, folks, Kia and Hyundai, they were not what you see as it is today. They were complete something else. Sweet, they were complete blip. Yes. I don't know if anybody remembers the Hyundai Pony. But today, they are almost like a prime car. Why? Because they decided to patronize it. Whether it broke down, whatever it is, they bought it. So people in Korea who will not buy the Korean cars, they look down on them and thought what are you doing? How are you employing somebody in another country when we have our own cars here? And today, they are among the world leaders. And when somebody's going for used car shopping, I'm sure on any used car shopping list, there will be a Hyundai or Kia in it. Why can't we do same? Made in Ghana will be the official wear for any workplace. Folks, both private and state. And after we clothe ourselves, then we can look at export. Because we have beautiful patterns, these Adinkra patterns and everything. If woven beautiful into shirts and fabrics, clearly you can export them. Currently, we're doing about $30 million annually in exports. Folks, if we forget and look and concentrate on the local market, which is far, far, far more than this 30 million, far more than this 30 million, 10 times if not more. If we look at the local market, satisfy, after we can look at the export and think of even increasing more than this 30 million. Look, that's how industries are even dreamt of. That's how industries are dreamt of. So people just find a way to plug themselves in it. Just get it rolling from the start. Get the lands, prepare the lands, get the seedlings, get the structures in place so that once the farms are cultivated, you are there, you pick the cotton, you give the person their money, you set the ball rolling. You will be surprised. There will be people who will just go and buy their long vehicle to be carting the cotton. They won't come and say they need government intervention to go and buy cars to cart the cotton. No. As soon as they know that if they cart the cotton, they will be paid, they will buy their trucks and go and cart the cotton. The textile industry will hire people because they have to do three shifts in a day. And then you set the ball rolling. It will get to a time where you don't need too much intervention because people would have been there, they would have built some capital, and they will just know how to go about things. There will be those who now don't need even government intervention to get the land. They will find a way of getting the land and planting their own cotton. Today, the cocoa industry, nobody goes to government to say, give me land to plant cocoa. No, they find their own land, they plant the cocoa, they make sure, and as soon as the cocoa is ready, the state is there to get the cocoa from them. That's how industries are started, and then that's how you create jobs on a large scale. So that's what I was talking about last week. But obviously, I couldn't break all these details because we have 1 hour. So I just said, government should create an industry and we all go in. But today, I've broken it down so that we can talk about it. It's 0302216541. Okay, so who's my first caller?
And Ajman Joseph from tonight, I have registered.
Good, Ajman, let me hear you.
Now, today, my contribution seems to be more of questions, if you will permit me. Now, my question is, those people who are traveling abroad, UK, Norway, US, Ghanaians going to work over there, I want to know how many percentage that they registered their names in the government payroll over there, and how many of them go for these labor ones. Secondly, people are traveling to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and those countries. They seek for artisans, factory hands, and what have you. The question is it because their money is huge than that of Ghana, or they are more creative to the extent that Ghanaians, we cannot create? Because if the government payroll in Ghana is full, I mean, do we go and seek for jobs which they put us on the government payroll over there? So why do we travel outside whereby we can create? And I always say that I want to venture into agriculture because if you're able to produce what we eat and export some, I think we won't even bother ourselves traveling to outside country. And I'll go be with you.
God be with you too. That was Ajman Joseph in Community 90302-216-541. We are throwing in ideas in which we can mop up the youth, stop rural poverty. These are some of the ideas. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Nana.
Nana, let me hear you.
So, you won't do much to help me get on my feet. I struggle, and I make it. And now you want to chase me for tax. Funny country. Well, common sense, Nana. I always say this. Common sense. I'm not sure everything that is being discussed this evening, they don't know. The decision makers, they don't know. They know. But it's about serving their purpose, not what will benefit the whole country. It's why by hook or crook, they have to do what they say they will do. And even though it's not helping us, they will still do it. Think about it. It's always advertised. We've created this number of jobs. We've done this. We've done this. But it looks like the country is still at standstill. Why is it like that? It's because we move forward 2 times and we go backwards 10 times. So it's like you are doing something, but yes, so nothing is changing. Well, media, I'll just hope for the best. Good evening.
Good evening, Nana. Thank you very much for calling. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, I'm calling from Mali.
Let me hear you.
Now it's a very good idea that you have brought out today, but it's and sometimes maybe I wish you should contact the bank and then they should come also explain to us the loan and then the interest on it, that the youth are there to work, but there's no money. And they want to start, that's our problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. No, I know there's no money. That's why I'm saying there should be social intervention. So things like the lands and everything yours will be to get onto the farm, sow your seedlings, which you have been trained by your extension officer. You plant, you make sure you harvest, do the proper thing so you get the best yield and make your money. When you make your money, obviously some will be deducted so that the landowner gets some, the guy who's supplying the seeds and the fertilizer gets some. It's your betting the FM, and then you're there. So it's not like you go and find money to go and buy land and start, because if the state doesn't get in and give you that social protection, you can't do it on your own. Hello, who's talking to me? Hello?
Yeah, Muhazu.
Who's this? Mohazu? Mohazu, you have to listen to me through the phone, not through your medium that you're tuning into. Otherwise...
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Good evening, Nanansa.
Good evening.
Oh, Nanansa, it's a long time.
Yes,
May God bless you.
God bless you too.
Yeah, this is another wonderful topic you are addressing. I think we've gone beyond services and other things. Ghana is an agrarian economy, and we have to utilize what we have.
We have to produce what we have. When we make use of available resources, natural resources God has given to us, we can go far away. We can have this manufacturing, as we are talking, get market, and we can produce locally and export. And we can even balance our balance of payment and other things problem. I think we have to look at it very carefully if leadership is listening. And you know that they know, but how to put it in practice is our problem. We have everything to do to have employment within the nation without letting people even going out. People can come to Ghana and then they will even search for work. I think it's a very wonderful topic, and God bless you. Nana, I needed your number, so try to give it to me and then we'll discuss about it.
Leave your number with Abeku and then I'll get in touch.
Yes.
Very well. Thank you so much for calling 03-022-16541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
Tawfiq here.
Let me hear you.
Well, Nana, I don't know what to say again. All I want to say is, first of all, let me make this request. Can I get a land or a place at your republic so that I move there? Because I think we need leaders like you. The cotton industry you use as a demonstration is a clear indication that we don't have vision leaders in this country. And I don't know what they come to power to do. You will just call them right now and then they'll just speak plain English. No sense in it, excuse my language. But, Nana, may God bless you and guide you. Please, my request. How can I get a land at your republic? I really need that.
Very good. Leave your number with Abeku and then we'll talk about it. But yes, as a nation, we need to have a focus. And because we are not economically grounded, the state should lead that focus. Once the ball sets rolling, the state doesn't need to get involved that much anymore. But initially, they should. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, my name is Nana Say from Kaswa.
Nana Say, let me hear you.
Nana, I don't know. I have a few questions. I don't know if you want to write it down and then tackle it another time.
Let me hear the questions.
The first one is that when I was at the university, there was something I heard for the first time called the Hermetic hypothesis. Mm-hmm. Then recently, I was listening to a preacher, and then he was also using the same theory to assume that Black people have been cursed. And I always hated hearing it. Mm-hmm. But my dilemma is that the more I look at the situation facing us as a country, the more I disagree, the more the situation forces me to agree. Because I don't know how we will have all the resources and yet be the poorest of the poorest. Then the second thing is that, is it the case that we are not blessed to have people who are intelligent and nationalistic and care about others in public? Or the case rather is that when people get in there, then there's a monster system that they have created, so the monster devours them and turns them into something I don't understand. Thank you very much, Nana.
Thank you so much. These are very, very big and very important questions. Very big and very, very important questions. But then again, it just tells you that when we decide to turn things around, we can do it just like that. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, American holidays are being celebrated by Ghanaians here. We price our goods and services in dollar. Until we have a national pride, soon we would choose the Chinese cassava over ours here because what comes from outside of Africa is better. I have the desire to produce made in Ghana ties. I believe we can do it when we decide to do it here in Ghana. Marcos B. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, sir. Nana.
Yes, sir.
That's right, Derek.
Let me hear you.
Anna, let me go back to my usual call. We need to start somewhere. And then the way I see it is, until we all come together as a nation, both issues. Because as it stands now, the politicians have their way, and then our traditional leaders have their way. And we need to meet somewhere.
I keep saying, let's put this across, and I'm pleading, just put subject across one day, or let's have a forum, bring all the big wigs, so we dialogue on this. There should be this upper chamber, like I'm telling you. If we have that, because artists are like, we keep towing the manifesto line. Though they have good and laudable ideas, but there's a missing link. Because you bring something on board. If I don't know, Nana, this morning I was listening to the news as usual, and there was chief somewhere had to kneel down and other things. You see how powerful the institution is. Now, upgrade them. Put them at the upper level. They have the House of Lords like we see in the UK. Then the teaching institution is going to be a bit more competitive. Because at least about 80 to 90% of our traditional today are more literate and academics. So practically, they can manage our lands and everything on their own. But as it stands now, they virtually have little to contribute because you look at government. But when you have the upper house, now in economics, you start on land before an industry. They will bring on board at the Sahel regions, cutting this, that. Then practically the national development policy will be guiding us. You come, your first 1 year term, just don't come and tell us, I'm doing 1,000 your projects. But your core area should be 2 legacy projects. If it's about science and education is ends there. If you are unable to perform about 80% of it by the time you complete the first 1 year term, then we have an option to throw you out. All other things like other areas can be covered, about maybe 30%. Because you have your legacy areas that, okay, now I'm focusing on agri, I'm taking maybe science or health in addition. Roads and other things can be something. The rest will be in the second term.
Thank you very much. That's Derek. Very passionate. And why not? 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, my name is David. I'm calling you from Dodowa.
Ah, David, let me hear you. I'm an associate member of Dodowa.
Nana, it is not because of anything. Mm-hmm. What we are experiencing is act of greed from our leaders. Mm-hmm. It's just simple greediness from our leaders. Because even if this nice idea you've put in forward, if they want to work on it, what they will do is to try as hard as possible to make sure that a party member or one of them is the overlord of everything. So they will not even allow the citizens to do it as it must be. See, you and I, together with others, can still look for land and start something on our own. Yes, building a factory could be a problem for us. But I think that if we make a research and leave the government aside, and they see what we are doing well, perhaps they will start something. Other than that, it is just act of greed. They know it, but immediately they will want to start. Or when people want to start this, and they will make a bottleneck so that our production will not even go up. And by so doing, they will be importing others just to restrict us. And that is exactly what they have been doing over the years. And they continue to do it. Until they change, we will keep on running this cycle of runs, which is not helping anyone and is not being profitable to anybody.
Thank you very much. The policymakers and the political elites are focused on jobs on paper than real jobs on the ground. Mansuru from Laboni, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nana. Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Who am I talking to?
Nana, you're speaking to Fred.
Fred, let me hear you.
Thank you very much, Nana. Each and every time that I hear from you, I feel very elated. God bless you. We are touching on another thing. You know, Ghanaians, our attitude, we were or we are the first independent country across Africa. We are supposed to tell that we got that because of our exuberance, our loyalty, our truthfulness, whatever that kept us to make that. But as at now that we are talking to you, Nana, no krasa, oh Ghana. Chief is telling something different. Politician is telling something different. The teacher is telling something. The parents are telling the children something different. Nana, we should have to be more kind of I say anybody who's on air cattle no credit and what are we doing? Are we trying to lie to God or what? We are a godly country, and whatever that we do, we should try to know that it is the godliness character that is of truthfulness that kept us up to now that we are. And so whatever that we deviate from it, it will still come back to us. Thank you very much, Nana. God bless you. God bless Ghana.
God bless you too. On the line again. Hello, who am I talking to?
Nana, this is Godson reporting live from Ablekuma.
Let me hear you. Oh, Godson, yes, of course. Let me hear you.
Nana, thank you so much for the discussion today. Nana, have you monitored the recruitment ongoing?
It's very hard.
We are looking for about 6,000 or so people. And we sold form to about 16,000 people. And then these are graduates that are struggling to get job here and there. The small they gather, we find a nice way of milking them and then putting our own people that we have scheduled down long before even the forms were sold. And we put them inside. Then, but recently I heard somebody saying that the government payroll contains about some 600,000 people. Yet we claim we have created 2 million jobs. So where are those people employed? I wonder.
Maybe in the private sector. But,
well, only God knows where. But I think that until we open up and face this reality, create jobs for young people like me, we create opportunities. If we can't create direct jobs, create opportunities. But if everything that government is doing is thinking about the small I have, they want to milk it out of my hand, and yet claim record for doing the great, then I don't think we are going anywhere with this. Thank you very much, Nana.
Thank you very much, too. Nana, there's a serious issue about farming in the Ghanaian community. We are blessed with fertile ground for farming, but we have left what is for us naturally to patronize on what is not ours. The issue is farming in Ghana is very tedious due to the lack of support from government to the farmers. The use of the barbaric methods in farming and the less commitment of the youth to venture into agriculture in the country. If these problems are dealt with immediately, the production of cotton, as a point you have raised, will be of benefit to the development of the country. My eyes started going round when I heard the revenue that can be generated from cotton production, and I will urge our leaders to look extensively into cotton production. Thank you. It actually makes... Hello, who am I talking to?
Hello, Nana. I'm sorry to...
Make it brief.
Our way through again.
Good. Make it brief.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nana, so like I'm saying, when it comes to that, then practically cross-sectorial competition will be then, be enhanced. Because we all have potentials. There's this Sahel area, we have the rainforest areas and all that, and then the coastal belt. Now, when one chief starts something like cotton in the upper sector, the middle belt, maybe there's a potential in cocoa and other farm produce that we can also add value to. So it's a big area. But then until the whole two institutions come together, that's where I have my beef. Because as it stands now we don't have a national development plan. And if you read both parties, their manifesto, they have this social development link in between.
Thank you very much. That's David, very passionate. Well, I was telling you about this weekend at Kwesi. So what happened? Ohiniri came with me to Dumasa and had a very beautiful project. Initially they were going to give multivitamins to pregnant women. one thing led to the other. The multivites couldn't come. But anyway, they reached out to you out there, all those who are connected to us. And, I want to say thank you to all who made a donation. So they had diapers, baby wipes, baby oil, pomades, everything to do with babies, including warm food. They had 2 rices, they had fufu, they had banku. Everybody in Edumasa wanted to be pregnant. I'm telling you, it was that exciting. And, people from all over, all the way to Kudi Kope. In my 10 years of chieftaincy, never have people from Kudi have, come to Edumasa for anything. But this time they were all there. And it was, really heartwarming, really heartwarming. So we say thank you and Ayuko to you. Not only that, they went to Akomufie, to Nana Afrakuma, and gave, lots of the items to Afrakuma so that the outreach could be extended in Akomufie too. So it's been a very, very fulfilling Akwasidaya for me. It's been a very heartwarming. And again, we say Ayiko to Ohenere for that kind and wonderful gesture. Kwaku Menu is here. Kwajo Menu. Keep changing his name. Kwajo Menu is here, senior journalist. Don't forget. Kofi Hayford is up next. You should see the tunes he has lined up. Oh my God. For those of you who have lost hope, wait to hear his tunes. It will reassure you that, look, all is not lost. Kojo Menu will give you the news bulletin. Right after that, Kofi Hayford will come. As for me, my name is Nana Nsakwao, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa. And I say, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting will always glorify the hunter. Next Monday, we'll be back to do this all over again.